Why comic as a format for education? Because nowadays, when I see bookshelf of my kids, I don't see a lot of comic.
Indian parents need to learn a lot about comic or beyond that, the joy of fun-filled learning. Any learning becomes easier when it is joyful, while the basic concept of learning is enjoyment. Without even realizing that they are learning, they should be learn. Learning always happens when they are enjoying.
How to channelize my kids to make sure that even they are watching this mobile, they make good use of that.
Again, children do what they observe. They don't do what we ask them to do. So we must be able to watch programs which are knowledge-free. Optimizing children's feed is as important as serving them the right food from kitchen or putting the right books in their bookshelf.
How education industry can do well on D2C.
One field where parents will not think twice to spend money if it is helping their children.
Welcome to another episode of D2C Stories, the future of D2C told through stories powered by experts. Today's episode is truly special. We are driving into a brand that's impacting the most important audience of all time, that is our children. My guest today is Animesh, founder of IntellyJelly, a monthly children's magazine that became a trusted companion for thousands of young readers and parents across India. This isn't another publishing story. It's about building habits, shaping value, and preparing young minds for life. Let's dive into the journey of IntellyJelly. Hello, Animesh. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Vineet, for this nice and warm and humble introduction. I'm much better now when I'm hearing all the good words and kind words from you about IntellyJelly. So thank you for this.
Sure, thanks. So before we get into IntellyJelly, Animesh, can you tell us about yourself, like where you started your career and what like series of events led to the starting of IntellyJelly?
I don't know it. I call it destiny. It must have started, I think, 45 years back when I was of 5 years age. I think I was inclined towards reading and writing a lot throughout my life. I loved reading. I also liked philosophy, psychology. When I was serving the telecom domain for 23 years, domestic as well as international profiles, I was enjoying, I was loving my job. However, I was also feeling the gap uh, between the reading content that internationally available for children versus what we provide. The reading content for children has not evolved as much as India has evolved in last 50 years. I thought to do something in this domain. That's how IntellyJelly born. We worked on various aspects. We started working on various aspects of children life. Usually, we took those aspects which are otherwise from school curriculum. That's how this journey has started. The rewards and the recognition and love and affection from parents, children has made this journey easier.
That's nice to know. As I know, you are from Bhopal and right now you're running this from Gurgaon, I guess, right?
Gurgaon, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, so what is your background? Like, are you from literature background or you are from technical background?
Technical. I'm a telecom engineer and I am Telta alumni. So, throughout 23 years of my telecom career, I did telecom management, transmission, and microwave and number of. Yeah, so this telecom is completely a different game altogether. I'm doing things related to reading and writing. Otherwise, my background, educational background,
Okay.
is technical.
So now tell us a little about IntelliJelly, what it is, what is the mission, and what you're trying to achieve with this.
Okay, I will say IntelliJelly is a parent's companion, parent's friend. We are filling the void which is created by too much engagement of parents because of their professional commitments and personal commitments, and schools because of their academic pressure. So this we see this void as a big void where somehow children were not able to find themselves, where or are still, they are always asked to do the things what is being told by parents or by schools. While the actual moment when they explore themselves, explore who they are, what is their strength, weakness, traits, We help them to identify themselves. We do it reading through writing also. We do it various workshop programs about creative writing. This journey starts from there. And I'm sure you must have gone through a very famous video by Jet Li. It says that tomorrow's future is of creators. Because knowledge will be, each house is expected to have at least one or two robots. Each organization is expected to have multiple robots for knowledge purpose. Creators will lead tomorrow in order to inculcate creative majorly as IB and CPSC board and this World Bank policy says that only two means. Basically, we have two means. Is art form. Second is reading and writing. Reading and writing definitely has age because of bigger horizon. New word, whole new spectrum opens through the reading when children start writing, they find the ways to communicate their thoughts. They explore new word and they know how to communicate it language. We all know that tomorrow is of course CEO or CA for whatever we do, whatever field we are into, speaking and the communication, verbal as well as written communication, is the key to have a healthier life, professionally as well as personally. Yeah, so we help children in those areas. IntelliJelly is all about reading, writing, creative writing, publish your book, publish your novel.
Okay. So what are the exact like list of products you have? What kind of products right now you are having in your catalog?
Majorly two. One is reading, second is writing. Reading is where we have various topic which we cover, not in only the stories, but also the comics that talks about life skills, values, all positive things. Yeah. And now creative writing. Creative writing is all about exploring descriptive writing, creative writing, writing stories, writing poems, writing books, and then writing novels and series of novels. So you will be amazed to know that children are of 12 years and 13 years, they are writing series of novels. And they are so good with their articulation. They are so clear about their thought process, so very clear about the words they are expected. There, it looks like the life will be much easier for them because they know what to say, how to say, what not to say, what to observe, how to galvanize their thoughts and put it across these skills throughout the journey.
That's super nice. And being a parent myself, I can connect to all those things. Because I'm a parent of two. Like one is younger is 5 years and elder is 11, and I look forward to how to get them involved in the right kind of habits, so that they can also be more creative and be do well in their life. So that is all we I am also trying. Writing is very important.
Interrupting you here. See, when we were growing up, we faced majorly two kind of challenges. One is the expression, because in our time, expressions were not given importance as much as they should have. So expression, and then of course language comes in picture. So the expression is beyond language. Expression does not potentially need language. Expression and putting thoughts across is the fundamental requirement of any happy life, I think.
Yeah.
We ensure that children whosoever with us, we ensure that they are finding their voice, they are able to see their thoughts, they are able to see themselves as a unique, awesome product by universe.
So, when coming to writing, how IntelliJelly helps kids or young boys to get into this writing habit? How your team helps the child to do that?
Okay, so first of all, creative writing is not a habit per se, it's a skill.
Yeah.
Any other skill, it has to be practiced, it has to be nurtured. And we have some unfilled interactive exercises, activities through which children explore the joy of writing. They also start seeing the benefit of it. Once children are able to see creative writing as a part of their being, as a part of their personality, and then they start getting benefit out of it. And when they realize that they are good at it, when they realize that somebody is clapping for them, somebody is acknowledging them, they do it more. I am a great admirer of this example. Even monkey doesn't dance if we don't clap. And then we all want acknowledgement. We all want admiration. Whatever we do. Right now, you're talking to me. I'm feeling good, feeling acknowledged.
Sure.
So, whatever children does with us, we ensure that we are acknowledging them. We encourage. We create a system where even parents are acknowledging their contribution. Celebrate their writing on social media. Among their family members, they are expected to enjoy it as a skill, not just the knowledge. Creative writing is not knowledge. Creative writing is a skill. We ensure that children are enjoying it so much so that they can develop skill without even knowing it.
That's lovely. So tell me, IntelliJelly is into comic in a big way. So why comic as a format for education? Because I, as a kid, used to love comic, but nowadays when I see a bookshelf of my kids, I don't see a lot of comic. So why you have selected comic as a format for education?
So this is a very good question, and I think Indian parents need to learn a lot about comic or beyond that, fun-filled learning, the joy of fun-filled learning. Any learning becomes easier when it is joyful. We somehow made education so boring, so painful that children started moving away. While the basic concept of learning is enjoyment,
Yeah.
we are having 5,000 plus years of history of learning. One thing always ensured that our learning is joyful. The disciples are enjoying the learning. Whatever the education system we created, thanks to Karl Marx, who identified the need of knowledge and jobs here in India, we somehow missed this track. Intelligently, fundamental is very clear. Whatever we are making children learn, they should enjoy it. They should be able to enjoy it. Without even realizing that they are learning, they should be able to learn. It's helped big way. And again, in all the countries, I mean, you know how Bhutan, happiness curriculum, wherever they made learning so joyful. Or we can take example of good movies like Three Idiots or Millennium Dobara, etc. Learning always happen when they are enjoying.
Sure, yeah. So as you mentioned that enjoyment is important. So how you structure your content so it ensures that both fun and learning is there together for every kids.
We do not approve any learning which is not having fun in it.
Okay.
So any learning in any books or any learning in any workshop will never reach to the children unless it is fun filled. We ensure that is our policy that unless we are able to smile, unless we are able to laugh at the intent, we does not allow it to reach to the children.
And coming to IntelliJelly, can you tell us like what is the core mission behind the brand? Like when you started, what was the main mission or vision when you started, which is still driving you towards the right direction?
Having a happier generation, having a happier mindset. I always see children of today who have leading a very successful life ahead, not only in terms of money, but in terms of peace in their life, happiness in their life. I always ensure it is more about the relationship. It is more about the happiness through relationship, happiness through communication, not always about materials. My mission, IntelliJelly's mission, is to create that generation which can enjoy life without materials also. They can talk to someone and feel enjoyment. They can talk to themselves and feel enjoyment. They should be happy. They should be content. When they are, completing their say, 6 decades, 7 decades, they should be feeling content to the.
That's super nice because I also believe happiness is something which is super important for anyone's life. In my office, I practice a lot of things to make sure that we are tracking the happiness of our employees and our team to make
Yeah.
sure that we are on the right track. And this is one of the very important mission you're trying to embed. I like that a lot. Thank you for that. Now tell me. So like when you draft your content based on the age up, like who are your target market? What is the age you are targeting for, like with IntelliJelly?
So creative writing workshop or for 14 years.
Below 14 years, 5 to 14, I guess.
It is for writing, it is 8 plus, 8 to,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And so we have age appropriate content, age appropriate activities, age appropriate famous books, famous movies based activities. We discussed movies, we discussed stories of movies which are age appropriate. We discuss various writers' craft, how do they write, and how we can learn with them. So we create a lot of age appropriate content can help and
Sure.
age.
Sure. So as I was reading more about IntelliJelly, and I found that your vision is also to make sure that kids read a lot and put down their screen time. And now in the present world, which is screen heavy, and like people are hardly doing any physical activities, or they're all 24 hours onto mobile. So how you make sure, and how important is this, first of all, to get this reading practice for kids? How important it is?
This is good question, Vinay. And again, today's parents are paranoid. I'm sure the parent must have realized the same when they had invented fire. When every parent must have thought that my child will burn himself. Parent today is not able to realize that they cannot avoid electronics. They cannot avoid screen. They must stop controlling their children for not using the screen. Instead, they must help them to understand how to utilize the screen in a better way. The whole addiction towards a screen also because children are being asked not to use it instead of asking how to use it. If they know how to use a screen better for their knowledge, for their learning, for their betterment, I'm sure they will be much more evolved, much more enabled to use it in the right manner. The way we are using fire energy, oh, we are reaching to Mars using fire energy. Instead of avoiding it, stopping it, we must learn how to channelize it.
Tell me, I'm a parent. I wanted to learn how to channelize my kids to make sure that even they are watching screen mobile, they make good use of that.
Yeah. So again, children do what they observe. They don't do what we ask them to do. So we must be able to watch programs which are knowledge filled, which are you know helping us for the self-learning programs. Again, the fundamental problem with us parents is that we always consume electronics most of the time, consume electronics for entertainment. Children are observant it. They also use a stream for entertainment. Then we have problem. If we are using stream for the self learning, I'm sure children will do the same. And then we will be happy. We will be very much grateful about having a stream in their life.
So I will give you a story. Like I have a friend, okay, and each time when I used to speak about, like he's a very close friend, and whenever I meet him, I talk to him, and I find that his kid is doing it very well. He's writing books, he's into music, and he's doing a lot of good things. And I see that my kids are not doing any of this, almost of same age. So I once asked him, so what do you do? What do you do to make sure that your kids are learning all these things and doing all these things? And he then give me a tip. It's a super hack. So what he said is, what he used to do is he used to take his mobile, the kid's mobile, and used to search for all the relevant channels and video content and subscribe them. So like when he's into chess. So my friend used to watch a lot of chess on his mobile and used to subscribe all the chess related videos. So what happens is when the next time the kid is using the mobile, in his feed the chess videos are coming by itself. And that way he become good on chess, he become interested about chess, and he's doing well on chess. And he's doing 10 different things like that. And that's a perfect hack, I believe. And I also tried this. I haven't been that successful, but I saw that a lot of potential into that.
Yeah, it will work. It works actually. It works till they are able to. not clear their feet. Initial years, it works magically. Optimizing children feed is as important as serving them the right food from kitchen or putting the right books in their bookshelf. Again, as you rightly pointed out, the fundamental problem with parents or parenting is we believe that every cartoon is a good cartoon,
Or every cartoon is a bad cartoon.
or every cartoon is a bad cartoon, or we believe that every children channel, children centric channel is a good channel
Yeah.
or bad channel. We are not going through it. When we are serving them food, we are very clear what to serve, what not to serve, carbohydrate, protein, everything we know. But when it comes to the electronics, when it comes to even books, there are very rare percentage of parents who are aware about it. So they are serving something to their children unknowingly, and then of course, when the consequences happen, we complain and we put blame on the electronics instead of our own ignorance.
Sure. Yeah. So, Animesh, I was going through on IntellyJelly's achievements and all. I saw that it is reaching out to 12 lakhs children only via daily government's happiness curriculum. So,
Yeah.
how this kind of curriculum happens, and what are the result of this kind of curriculum when you run them together?
Okay, so I'm sure you must be aware about Bhutan, which observe or which monitor the success of their nation with the
Yes.
happiness index. They have HNI. They do not observe GDP only; they observe the happiness of their uh, various educated. Happiness does not come only through money. They ensure that children are happy. They are able to. They ensure that youth are having job opportunities. They ensure that aged people are having enough health insurance and hospital facilities. That's how they ensure that every age group is happier. Yeah, so in IntelliJelly's content, we ensure that children are being asked instead of telling them to do certain things, ask them what is good or what is their observations. So whatever we ask their opinion, we have some strict policies about do's and don'ts, what to serve to children, what not to serve children. A simple example I will take, a very famous publication from India. I'm sure you must have also read in your childhood. So there was a story where a child is keeping fraud in their grandma's pickle jar because that grandma was whatever the reason, and that's how they were making children laugh. Laughing is one thing, but I think the narrative, what we are serving to children, that you can put a frog in your nani's jar. So we have very clear policies. Somehow, when Delhi government was launching happiness curriculum a few years back, they identified IntelliJelly is a big contributor. We were fortunate to got selected by them, and that's how our content is reaching to children across.
Congratulations. That is so nice to know. Now, what kind of feedback do you get when you are reaching out to kids like this? So, what kind of feedback you get from your kids, parents, teachers? What kind of feedback do you get?
Yeah, so actually fortunate to have unmatched love and affection by children. There are children like one child in yesterday's workshop. She's from Dubai. She was having 102 fever. She was attending the workshop and she requested if she can lie down instead of sitting straight. I asked her about 102 degree is high temperature. And she said, no, I cannot miss this workshop. I want to be here. It's just I want to lie down. That kind of affection my workshops are having for children. Definitely. When children love the workshop, parents bless us. I'm very happy, very blessed to have such blessing from parents and affection by children. And if you will go through our doodle ratings, etc., you will feel that it's about heartfelt affection that we receive from parents and from children. That is the main energy behind intelligence.
So, you just mentioned about workshop. Can you tell us a little more about your workshop? What are the objective? How frequently you schedule it? And who are like participants of that? And what is the process to participate on that? Can you tell a little about your workshop?
Yeah, so we have some selection criteria through which we handpick children who are having inclination towards reading and writing. They get selected. They are being offered online workshops. Online workshops happen through Google Meet. So students from India as well as other countries they join the workshop. And so we have various batches across the week, and we are having a very meticulously designed curriculum which is again movie centric, activity centric, story centric, books centric. And but then we discuss a lot. Once they are having their voice about the topic, they are being asked to write. They are being asked to record and listen to a story. This is how it happens. So they are weekly workshop. Once in a week, they go through this, and throughout the week, they write about it. When they write about it, we review it in the upcoming podcast. So they are being reviewed by the experts, they are being reviewed by peer.
Okay. So can you tell a little about what are the primary sales or engagement channels you have with IntellyJelly? Like I believe you have comics. Uh, like do you are available any format of digital content also? So what are different channels you are available and what are different types of content you are providing for your sport kids?
We have printed books also. Then we have digital printable worksheets also, which reaches to parents in their email box every month. These printable worksheets, named eJelly, they reach every month by first of every month. They reach to parents.
That is digital or hard copy?
No, no, digital.
Okay.
That's PDF file,
Okay.
which parent print anywhere they can print, and it has 46 pages in it. The cost is also very optimized accordingly. So it's about 30 rupees, 35 rupees a month,
Okay.
then 1 rupees per day they spend. And then they can, it has vocabulary section, learning with the masters who has written famous books, how have they written, what is idioms, how to use adjectives, how to use poetic devices, similes, metaphors, hyperbole, how to use them for the impactful conversations, onomatopoeias. So we discussed all those crafts by the famous writers, and then there are certain activities which are to be performed by children. Best part is the parent can print it as many times as they want. So even if they are printing 2 times or 3 times in a month, children are from at least those topics which are covered. An enormous improvement is within 3 months of one of time.
Okay.
During this process, we encourage children to contest and come through some selection criteria where we can observe how well they are writing. Once the we handpick them for the workshops. These workshops are conducted by me, online workshop conducted by me only. All the workshops. Those are not recorded, those are the live sessions.
Oh,
These live sessions, learning happen once for 60, 70 minutes. And how the way they write. Once they write, we design their books. We design their books, we show it to them, we encourage them, and once their books are ready, we publish them, and so you will see when you will go through Amazon and Kindle, you will see a lot of students. I think 1650 plus students already have published their books as well as novels.
sure.
Yeah, this is how it
Yeah.
happens.
And as we just discussed that you tied up with Delhi government and you have 12 lakhs subscriber from there. So what are similar channels you are working right now? Is there any other similar channels you are working together?
So these 1.2 million children across Delhi, they're not our subscribers. They are the content readers. We provided content to Delhi government, which they use. Right now, we are working more in D2C format, where we are reaching to children directly through Meta campaigns, through Google. And now I think we have enough, not enough good brand visibility. So we also did a lot of organic action where we receive queries for the workshops or those printable PDF books, etc.
Wow.
Yes, that's of course we are timed up with the schools.
So as you mentioned D2C, and that is something we are very curious about. Tell me like how education industry can become big or do well on D2C?
I think it's already big. Education is one field where parents will not think twice to spend money if it is helping their children.
Sure.
I'm a parent, like both of us are parents. We want
Sure.
to spend money if it is helping children, as long as they are clear about the purpose. When I started IntelliJelly, I had this one mantra that if I'm having the quality, parent will come to us. No other channel is required. Quality is the only channel. Parents should be able to see the quality. Parents should be able to see the intent behind the product. Parents should be able to see the betterment of their child. Fortunately, initially we are able to do it. Then we receive a lot of revenue, which is organic. Now we are in market. So for the starting, of course, we put a lot of efforts in when we open international market. But domestically, I think we have reached to the stage where we are getting a lot of organic traction.
Wow, that's lovely. So, as you mentioned that you are creating reading content for 6 to 14 years of kids. So, like you, like every month when there is a subscription model is there, so you publish content for each class, like how that works.
Okay, so we have two categories, 4 to 8 years, and then 8 to 14 years.
Okay.
Idea behind medicine, the concept of medicine is not complex. Medicine should be serving the content which is consumable, and there has to be certain content which is not consumable, which child would aspire to consume after growing up. There should be some pages which he or she is not able to solve, where there should be enticing enough for him to learn so that he could enjoy those pages. We define those pages accordingly so that when they are reaching different categories or different categories, they are able to solve some pages while they are not able to solve all the.
That's lovely. So, tell me, Animes, like as you are running into D2C, so what are the biggest challenges you face when you started your D2C channel for your content?
Yeah, I think the awareness in parents about reading and writing, the creative writing. There are many parents who are confused between writing and handwriting, or how creative writing is important, not just the maths and maths. So those are the things which parents really need to understand. It's high time we are on the verge where AI is going to enter in each and every life, and so we must uh, as parents, we must understand that it's more about happiness, it's more about activity, it's not about the marks. Yeah. So awareness is the big challenge.
Now, that's lovely. So now tell me, as you said, awareness, like what are the 4 5 myths about children's media or learning that you would like to bust? Okay, so a couple of myths which you think is needed to be bust immediately.
Myth number one, academic success is the most important thing. Myth number two, screen always bad. Myth number three, cartoons are always good. Myth number four is that children should be demonstrated to test without parents' involvement. I think parental involvement is important, is the most important thing.
Yeah, so I think parents' involvement in this process of learning is super important. I do agree with that. So, like as we spoke initially, that we create this content for someone young who is trying to build something similar, teach them how to do it. So, if a young college pass out wanted to create a content based tool for kids focused brand, so what would you advise them, like what are the few things to start with or what are the few things to ignore avoid is how would you suggest him to start with
You're saying for kid-centric brand or kid-centric content?
content? If someone is trying to create something like IntelliJelly, so how you have replicated, so what are the things they would like to like they should start with?
I think they should be able to serve good stories, value-based, fun-filled stories, and ask children about their opinion about their story. The moral of the story should not be told to children; that should be asked from children.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Very well said. So to create content, good content, and to get feedback on continuously. So that's nice to know. Now, again, in the same thing, if I wanted to ask, like, what are the biggest opportunities you see in this space for next 5 4 5 years? So what will be they?
Enormous, because sooner or later parents are realizing that creativity is the main key. Sooner or later parents are realizing that creative writing is the essential key to a happy life, successful life. Yeah, so this is the high time where I would like to encourage fellow writers, fellow enthusiasts, children-centric enthusiasts, to join this right that will ensure a very big success for them also in upcoming years.
Yeah. So as you say that you have started something on comic. So what are the other kind of content or other kind of like it can be storybooks, it can be comic, it can be academic related content. So what are like what are different content or type of content you think which will be very huge in coming years?
I would suggest to work on stories and stories based activities. It
Okay.
could be print, it could be PDF, it could be voice or videos, but stories and stories based. All the past leaders that we have seen in our life, or whatever good we have seen in our life, we have learned through someone's story.
Yeah.
Either our own story, or someone has told their story, or someone has told some other story. We have learned from it, and that has opened the horizon of possibilities, horizon of infinite possibilities in our life. Telling a good story, inspiring stories, and activities related to it is the most important thing for children.
So that's lovely, Animesh. That's lovely. So when you started, can you tell me like what are the biggest challenges to start a children's media brand? Like when you started, like now obviously you're doing very well. So initially, what were the biggest challenges of building a student's media brand? Can you tell us a little about that?
A lot of brand visibility. So I was a techie person. I never knew the power of marketing. I never knew the power of visibility. I thought that I will create good content and it will be admired by parents. But then the importance of marketing I never knew. Then I also took a longer time to reach schools. Yeah, so they are the big source of success for any children-centric content producer or product producer. So to reach them and to make them believe that we are part of their journey and we are contributor in their phase, it took longer than expected time. These are the two learnings I had from this journey of 9 years, 10 years.
Sure, sure. Now, being a tech company, I would like to understand a little about tech before we also would like to speak about AI also. So, as you are into D2C and you mentioned multiple times like feedbacks are so important. How you make this getting feedback process very seamless from students, teachers, parents? How you make that happen?
But communication through email, uh, verbal communication, random communication. IntelliJelly is never be a monologue publication. It is always a dialogue publication. So every magazine, every booklet of PDF having certain sections where we can hear the feedback or the opinion from children as well as from parents. So that's part of the product.
Okay, okay. And what kind of tech you have created for your like to the entire brand? So I think you have a D2C website very nicely done. What are the other pieces of tech you have created which your users interact while using the technology or which you use to make your operation seamless?
Okay, so IntelliJelly is a 100% automated organization. We use Zoho end-to-end solution. Everything is automated from conceptualization, the editing, and the printing, and the dispatch, and the delivery. The whole cycle, end-to-end cycle, is automated, including billing, etc. That's how we maintain quality. That's how we maintain the scalability also.
Sure. And are there any plans for digital content or app-based learning right now?
I see a future as with always with infinite possibilities. As if now I will not be able to comment anything, but yes, in future we may see this happening where we may be able to provide the content. which will be welcomed by parents. That should not add up to the screen time for children.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Now, like, what role does AI play? Because AI is becoming big on every segment. So, what role do AI play in currently the operations of IntelliJelly?
So we are fortunate to have this era with us where initially it was Google. Right now also it's Google or AI. We are having a lot of data. We are having a lot of information, a lot of content to select the best for our children. We are
Great.
having approach international content also. So the selection criteria has been here. We are able to handpick content more easily.
Sure. So, does AI help you with generation of content or content topic based on the AI algorithms?
We do not generate content. We take help from it so that we can select, so that we can have a bigger size platter uh, available to us where we can handpick the content. Yeah, so if I need to serve Chinese folklore to my children, it is easier now. If I need to serve some Asian stories or some, African inspiring story, the content is more approachable now.
Yeah, true, true. That's understood. So tell me, in I will ask one more question on AI. So, what kind of challenges and problems in day-to-day activities or in IntelliJelly or even content generation of kids content generation, which you think will be solved by AI in coming future years?
See, AI will be. I am not AI scientist, so
Yeah,
it will, instead of commenting on it, I will rather prefer to share my opinion about how to deal with AI. AI will give everything, everything. It's up to us whether we are using it as our replacement or we are using it as our help. If we allow AI to is whatever we are doing, AI will be able to do it, and we will not be of any use. If we are using it as a help in our evolution, we will be much better person in time. This is how I see AI's intergraph.
so, as a child, like how you make sure that with your content, that the children who are reading your content knows what is AI and learn a little about AI with that.
They need not to learn about AI as if now, unless it is very much supervised. See, AI is right now. Again, most of the adults unknowingly are using or tend to use AI to replace them because it makes our life easier. This time, if we give AI, we are not evolved enough to serve this to our children. I think we need to learn that any machine which makes our job easier is a machine. This is what we learned from Three Idiots. AI is another machine. Unless we know how to operate that machine without disturbing our being, we should not allow it to children.
But don't you think that as AI is becoming so important in future and in day-to-day world, don't you think it is important that kids start learning about AI, basics of AI, how AI works, what to expect from AI from a very young age?
I think, first of all, we must learn, we adults must learn how to use it, as I said, so that we know that it is helping us, it is not replacing us. Because children are going to follow us. If we are allowing AI to replace us, children will ask it to replace their efforts in completing their homework or learning or whatever. If that is happening, then we are doing the biggest mistake of all.
Okay. Yeah.
First, it's important that we as adult must learn how to use AI as help, not as a replacement. Then only children should be able to.
Sure. Now, I would like to know about the team behind IntelliJelly. Like, who are the people behind the screen who are actually working day and night? So, can you tell a part? Like, can you tell a little more about your team who is into like working into this?
So I'm fortunate to have very dedicated or possibly more more insane towards the children betterment than me. I'm here talking to you, Vineet, since last 70 minutes, 80 minutes. is because I am very confident that team is there who's taking care of various aspects of life. Today is month end, so we are right after this call we are having open house internal teams, monthly presentation and everything progress and everything is going to happen. In the evening, I am having a meeting with my investors. I am calmly sitting here with you because I know that they are there.
Sure, sure,
Uh, I'm blessed to have them in my life.
sure.
And our workforce, the team members, they are from India. We all work online. We have offline presence also, normal office presence also. But very many of our experts contribute from the remote locations, India as well as abroad.
And how big is your team right now?
We have about 28
Wow.
members.
Okay, okay. So most of them you are saying that they are working from home.
No, I will not say most of them, but yeah, many of them.
Yeah. So like what kind of people are there who are generating your content? Are they educators, they writers, like or teachers? What kind of people are actually writing the content for your all the magazines and all?
Yeah, the one who are professionals having exposure of national, domestic, as well as international content, who are thinkers, who know where and how to challenge the stereotype, the one who are visionary, the one who are having good academic background as well as professional background, who have seen the world. We are having our team of advisors who go through the content, and they are very brutal when they give their comment. They are from IM Calcutta, they are from Tokyo. They are very brutal. We put it at atmosphere where uh, everybody can put across their thoughts very transparent. This of IntelliJelly that we see today, it's because of their contribution, their observation, their excellence of their field.
So when I was doing my job, like couple of like many years back, I remember I was fortunate to work with a lot of female employees who were doing very well. They were my peers, they were people whom I used to report. Okay. And they were so smart. They were smarter than me. And I saw that they were the best for us. And slowly, when I moved forward in my career, I saw many of them become housewife. Many of them went to abroad, and like they couldn't continue their career as into that particular segment. So they were into softwares, they were into HR. So I was thinking, like, we have a huge talent into housewives, Indian housewives. So can we do something to tap this talent and make sure because yours is very similar work where well-educated people can any well-educated people with some love and passion towards content generation can do that. So do you see that as a big source of talent where you can tap and generate content towards from there?
Now, when I'm talking to you, I can see a possibility, a big possibility of having a lot of brand ambassadors. Right now, children's parent are our brand ambassadors. Uh, and never, we have never put one structured efforts towards making the housewives or those talented parent
Yeah.
as part of it. We may come up with such campaign. A nice suggestion. As of now, parents who are parent of the children who are using IntelliJelly or getting benefit, they for us.
Sure, sure. So, and Animesh, all your content right now is in which is in English, or they are also into different other languages also?
Majorly in English. I have books in Hindi also.
Okay,
Market of Hindi is from government sectors we supply books in Hindi. Otherwise, English magazines.
sure. What does future hold for IntelliJelly? What are the future plans? What are new things parents and like kids should be expecting from IntelliJelly in for near future?
Yeah. So my way of progress is I never plan too much of future. I enjoy the moment. Right now, I'm enjoying the moment of IntelliJelly. Initially, we were enjoying the readership and the affection towards readership. Then we thought about writing. Now we are enjoying writing. Of course, some big agencies, policy makers, so we started workshop. Now we are enjoying this space. Recently, we have started where children are able to mentor other children. to be a panelist. We are having those programs right now. I'm not sure what the future holds. As far as I know one thing, that there are thousands of children, lots of children who are yet to learn writing, who are yet to explore the magic of writing, who are yet to understand the essential involvement of writing in their life. I mean to reach them, and I mean to help.
Sure. Lovely, Animes. We are in the last phase. I would just like to ask some rapid question from you to know more about that. So before that, I would just like to ask one thing. So if I, as a parent, would like to know, because you are the expert into this, if I want my child to get into the skills of writing or any good skills, what are the few practices or habits I can incorporate it in my day-to-day routine of my child, so that will enhance his skills as a writer, as a as a successful person in the future?
Sure. Depends on the age of children. I think every parent should first enjoy reading with them.
Okay.
Second, uh, try asking opinion from children. That is very important. So
Okay.
reviewing the book with the eyes of children. Third is write with them. Try to create similar content as this book has offered. This is the third step. Fourth, enjoy whatever they are writing.
Can you tell a little about write with the kids? So what do you mean by that?
Read certain poem and then give one paper to your child, one paper to yourself, and try to create similar poem and have this little competition who writes better. And irrespective of the result, who's writing better, celebrate him or her more.
Definitely.
Let them believe that they have written better than papa or better than mama. Let them believe that that's
That's lovely thought. I would like to follow all these 4 tips with my kids for sure. Now, coming to the rapid fire, tell me quickly. So, your favorite comic character as a kid?
uh, I read Tintin,
Yeah.
Phantom.
Yeah, I used to love Chacha Chaudhary, if you remember. I don't know. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so those were like my times. Yeah, yeah. So, okay. Now, a book every child should read.
There are many. There are many. Right now, I would suggest, I mean, depends on the age of the child. I would read Harry Potter. It
Harry
has,
Potter.
yeah, so it has everything: excitement, learning, moral, everything. So yeah, and it has engagement of 8 books. So you start with, that's how they can start their journey. If they are of about teenagers, for younger ones, I would suggest Jarnemo Stilton or Sudha Murthy or Skinbound. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bond is essential because you cannot avoid loving nature if you are reading Rustin Bond.
sure, sure. My kids do read Sudha Murthy a lot, but I will look forward for some Ruskin. Sure. Favorite feedback or most useful feedback you have got from one of your readers?
This mother from Calcutta who said that my child stopped reading and she was in tears because she got involved in those online addiction, etc., etc. Then all of a sudden, IntellyJelly arrived in their life. Then the workshop started happening. Right now, that girl is writing the novel with me. The journey of about 3 years so far. I received many WhatsApp, many voice notes from that mother. Sometimes she's yes, if she's listening to this or watching this podcast, she would be able to relate. Yeah, but I feel humbled. I feel very much humbled. I'm able to.
Sure. Now, last thing, as I saw a lot of celebrity already endorsed IntelliJelly. I saw Amitabh Bachchan did that. Okay, so who are your dream celebrities you want them to endorse IntelliJelly and why?
Never thought about it. I think children are biggest celebrity for me. If they are able to read and if they are able to evolve. So children and their parents are biggest celebrity for me. Their endorsement, their one heartfelt note makes my life sparkling for days.
Sure. Lovely. Thank you, Animes. It was so nice to talk to you. And as a parent, I can correlate with everything. I put out a lot of notes. I generally write this note to write in the future, like about the discussion, but right now all these notes are more for me as a parent, what I can do to like to do well with my child and to make sure of better future for them. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing all the lovely tips and bits. And I believe all my listeners will love a lot, learn a lot from what you have shared. Thanks a lot, Animes.
I think it's pleasure for me to be here and to talk to you with such comfortable, conducive atmosphere. I enjoyed the conversation. I don't know how much bytes or how much content I was able to provide it for you. I'm not sure, but I loved the conversation. I
Sure.
loved the last minutes of this communication. So thank you so much, Vineet, and
Thank you.
your team.
Thank you so much.